Join us over the next few weeks as we follow the route of the stunning Northumberland 250.
Morning is day 9. There's where we parked up. And that's our view. We've probably come 400 metres up this Forestry Commission track. We parked up in a flattish spot. Let's go for a walk. The heater's on because it's cold-ish. You might just hear the noise of a plane going overhead. That's the only sound we've had all night. I think we're on the flight path for Edinburgh Airport. So, but that's still quite high here, so we've not been disturbed. We were tempted to wash here this morning. There's not that easy access to it, unfortunately. So it's a nice pool there, but actually how to get down to it is a problem, unlike the Lake District where we could just climb in. On the other side of the bridge disappears into the woods, and as I say, again, not easy to get down to, unfortunately. So it was a wash in the van again this morning. Dogs just love the open space. To have a bit of a play. So that's the track we just come up. Now there is only a little bit of bird song. And the music is, and the sound of the that brook, which is quite full because of the storm, I think. But not a bad view, is it? So we've come up a different track, one that was actually behind the van. The sun is still climbing. It's only 9:10. But after the storm that we've had, Storm Babette, we've got clear blue skies and a bit of warmth in the sun.
Well, as far as park-ups go, we've had some belters, but I think this one tops them all, don't you?
It's one of the better ones. It's way off the road, and about 500 metres off the road.
Yeah.
So yes,
really quiet. In fact, we arrived about 3 p.m, half 3.
Yeah.
Yesterday afternoon.
Yeah.
We didn't see a soul till someone walking past a few minutes ago, and it's now 10 a.m. So time to carry on. Northumberland 250. And it's a lot better day.
It is.
Where we parked up last night was part of Reedsdale Forest. Making a living in this remote upland environment requires resilience and ingenuity. many have tried and failed to introduce new industries to Redesdale. In an effort to bring jobs and increase the productivity of the land, the Forestry Commission planted the forest in the 1950s. It's the most northerly part of Kielder Forest, the largest forest in England, covering 250 square miles. Most of its trees are Sitka spruce. The Pennine Way. Byrness, which is this village here, is regarded by walkers on the Pennine Way as the penultimate stop before their final destination at Kirkyettone, which is 27 miles away, on a route across some of the most remote and challenging hills in England. Just close to here, over in that direction, is a reservoir, and this village grew partly through the workers who were employed to build that reservoir. And we're going to go and visit a church that commemorates some of those workers. And as you can see from this truck, it's a big logging area. And you can tell it's pine because it smells amazing. We've just arrived and met the church warden of St Francis's Church. So Catcleugh Reservoir, which is nearby, was constructed, or began in 1894, and it was completed in 1905. It was for the Newcastle and Gateshead Water Company. A steam shovel was a large factor in building the reservoir, as it did the work of many men. So I suppose you could actually say that that's similar to these days to them saying that about artificial intelligence and robots taking the jobs of people. So we were in Byrness a minute ago, which is the last village in England before the A68 climbs to the Cheviot Hills to Carter Bar in Scotland, where we were in the last video. But we've come to this church because this church was... He's pointing a camera at me.
So this church?
I don't know. Yeah. Because it doesn't make sense what I've written because I wrote it in the dark. This church was built in 1793, and it was once the smallest parish church in the Diocese of Newcastle. The presence of medieval grave slabs suggests an older chapel once stood nearby. In fact, in my notes, it says that one of the oldest graves in the churchyard is dated 1687, which outdates this present church by 99 years. A village grew up at Byrness, made of wooden huts for the workers and the families of the workers who constructed the reservoir. 64 people died during the construction of the reservoir, but only actually 3 of them were
Three of them were
only construction work-related accidents. So the workers and the families lived in wooden huts in temporary village, and weddings, christenings and funerals were held here, and they can be seen in the church records. In 1903, the workers paid for the window that we're about to see. This one here. It's significant as it's one of the few windows in a church in England that doesn't show a religious scene. The plaque by the window, just here, has the names of those who died, but 5 names are missing because they died after the plaque was made. So the window shows construction workers, and there's also a small steam railway which was used during the construction. And in the graveyard, if we can find it, there's a grave that is linked to that train.
To the glory of God, in the memory of those men, women and children who have died during the construction of the reservoir at Catcleugh, this window and brass have been erected by their fellow workmen and friends in 1903.
These names go from 1891 to 1904. Obviously from different villages where they came from originally, aren't they? Byrness, which was a village here that was constructed. Horsley, Otterburn, Newcastle. But as I say, not just construction workers, of only 3, but their families, children.
It's the only stained glass window in the church.
It is, isn't it? I hadn't realised that, no.
Nice little chapel.
It is,
or
isn't
little
it?
church.
Yeah.
A parish church.
There's another plaque here that's Byrness Church of England School in memory of the old scholars of the above school who served their king and country in its hour of need, 1914 to 1918. So 1 killed in action, but for a small village, quite a few served. There again, young men did from wherever they were, didn't they?
Yes, they went as a group, didn't they?
Yeah. And a nice roll of honour there.
And then one for the Second World War.
Including, it says to the glory of God and in honour of men and women who answer their country's call. And there is a Janet A. Elliott on there. It is a lovely little church. Well, there's a nice view of the church. The graveyard. The side of it. Northumberland is one of the international dark sky parks. Why dark sky is important? Light pollution in our towns and cities blocking our view of the stars to the point where it's beginning to creep further into even the more remote areas of our protected landscapes. Here in Northumberland International Dark Sky Park, we're taking steps to keep our skies dark by working with communities and helping developers to implement measures that will reduce light pollution. And throughout the county, you find plaques like this that tell you more about different constellations, and
this one's a Cassiopeia,
named after the vain queen of Greek mythology. Cassiopeia can be spotted year round. To pick her out, look for a zigzag shape which resembles an M or W. We have seen some beautiful dark sky stars, haven't we?
Yeah.
When it's not been raining.
Milky Way. A few satellites in the morning and in the evening. So this rotates depending on the time of year and gives you an idea of what stars might be seen.
But when you come to a place like Northumberland and you actually look up, it makes you realise just what we miss in towns and cities, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether we're going to find this grave. We're going to go and back up and have another look for it. Keith's found the grave. It's the grave of young George Carr. He died when he fell between a moving train during the construction of the reservoir. And originally this was just a a wooden marker paid for by his fellow school pupils and their teacher. In memory of George Carr, accidentally killed at Catcleugh on June the 15th, 1901, erected by his teachers and school fellows. Nice little church.
Yes.
It's an information board. Photographs here. Workers during the construction of the Catcleugh Reservoir. It says at times over 600 men and their families lived in 2 shanty towns. But all that remains now for this thriving community is a restored workers' hut, which you can arrange to have a guided tour of, but only during the summer. What a difference in the weather.